Good evening, Blue Wave servers. This is Dan Jennings. I'm going to forego the Blue Wave report tonight, and instead we're going to go with a Dan splaining. So, this weekend, I'm going to take these off. What the hell? This weekend, a lot of the mainstream media, I hear them saying, are masks the new political statement, the new political weapon, blah, 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 blah. And why is that? And, they all want to blame Trump. Every one of them. Hell, even some of the Fox anchors unbelievably blame Trump. But you know what? Let's examine this a little further. Trump may be the direct cause, today's cause, but is he at fault? Not really. He is and he isn't. He is because he's instigating it and he's encouraging it. But he's not, because the true problem here is the fact that we're no longer about the red, white, and blue. We're about the red versus the blue. It's this us versus them mentality that started, it started with Reagan. With the myth of the welfare queen and they're going to come take your jobs and things like that, where he started pitting Americans up against the other. And people started believing that if you didn't think their way, then you were the other, and you were evil, and you weren't worthy of respect. And we stopped being able to be civil in our arguments. Somehow, some way, we slid from being able to have civil discourse to wanting to chop each other's heads off. There's almost nothing in this country that we can agree upon anymore. I mean, come on, for crying out loud. We can't agree on the fact that keeping people safe and healthy should be our priority? That grandma shouldn't have to die for the economy to be better? These are things that, these are truths that I hold self-evident. That all men are created equal. That we're all entitled to life. And we've forgotten that. We've forgotten, and we've descended into hate and anger. And over the decades since Reagan, we've seen it get worse, whether it was over Iran-Contra, whether it was over the first Iraq War, whether it was over the second Iraq War. We're so split in our opinions, and we can't just sit down at the table and have a cup of coffee or a beer and say, hey, let's talk. Let's hash this out. No, everything's got to be either blue or red. And you know what, mainstream media? You're at fault here too, okay? Because you perpetuate it. Whether you're Fox, CNN, MSNBC, whatever. I mean, Fox is bad, but you know what, Jake Tapper, I'm going to call you out, man. Because I've had to stop watching you. Because you are so friggin' biased against Trump. It isn't funny. I don't remember the last time I heard anyone on CNN or MSNBC for that matter give Trump or any Republican an ounce of credit for anything good that they did. And I'm sorry. There are some things that they have done that were good. They started the ball rolling on prison reform. Yeah, granted, it took Kim Kardashian and Kanye West to get it going, but it doesn't happen without them. We can't just be focused on the negative all the time. And it's got to stop. Because this is where it's led us to. It's led us to the point where you've got legislators like Mitch McConnell telling his party that if Obama's for it, they have to be against it. Whether it's a good idea or not was irrelevant. It was us versus them. McConnell, I'm not going to see the Supreme Court justice. It's us versus them. What happened to we, the people? It's not we, the conservatives, and we, the liberals, and this crap about owning the libs or showing the conservatives. My God, people. what is it going to take? We've got people going to beaches and pool parties by the hundreds with no masks on because it's infringing on their liberty. Really? Really? Asking you to put a mask on to protect the public health is infringing on your liberty. I suppose then DUI laws and seatbelts are infringing on your liberty too. And to my friends on the left who want to scream and yell, oh my God, what are they doing? They're going to kill us all. Unless we can learn to come to the middle and talk like civilized, reasonable adults. Camelot fell, people. Camelot fell. Don't think it can't happen to this republic. Because right now, if we don't learn to overcome our differences for the common good, we won't hold this republic. We'll wind up being a feudal society with a bunch of serfs, red and blue, begging the barons, the 1%, for a bucket of water and some seed to plant in our fields. For Dan Splaining, I'm Dan Jennings. Good night, everybody.